They should be returning to their hives. Yeah, I think whoever this person is trying to sabotage us. And if they're getting secrets they don't want anyone else to have, I think we need to be prepared that they're gonna want us killed as well. I really need to talk to Lou about getting us some hazard pay.
Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
Yeah, say, have you sold any Spectrum from the storage warehouse shipment?
Wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level Spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive Spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own Spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste.
Okay, show me what you have. I've got violet, haven't I? This is orange, so I'll have one of them. Green, I'll have that. Okay, that's 3 so far. Should I be speaking to this guy about the hive attack?
One way or another, slugs out of the
No?
orchards.
Okay.
Guess that's something to be excited about.
I mean, he's still standing right there. Right. I guess we'll get back to the hotel. And we'll talk to Ludovico. While we're here. Ellie, I want to take you to the doctor's office. I just want to know if you think there's anything odd about it. Not that I do, but I don't know. If there was gonna be something odd about it, you'd probably mention it. Oh, you've moved her here. Okay. And her eyes are open. That's nice. Sorry. Hi.
The Purpleberry Orchards. And a footprint. Inspector, that was absolutely marvelous. Beautifully deduced.
Thanks.
With the help of my discrepancy amplifier, of course.
True. That's very true. Can we talk?
Ah, I was waiting for this. Yes, of course. I'm only too eager to cooperate.
Tell me about the body. What actually was the cause of death?
My apologies, Inspector. I've not yet finished my autopsy. Come back later?
Oh, okay. Can you tell me a bit about you?
Oh, why, I'm flattered, Inspector. Let me think. I've worked at the Grand Colonial for about as long as it's been around. Prior to that, I lived in Byzantium, but I always felt like it was missing something. And that something turned out to be corpses.
Oh.
Byzantium has much in the way of luxury, but examining the dead does not rank amongst the preferred activities of the elite.
I imagine not. Most people seem to think highly of Byzantium.
It's not necessarily that I dislike it, just that I think the day-in, day-out flow of luxury gets old. Leisure's worth its salt, of course, but sometimes you need to get a little corpse blood on your hands to remember why life's worth living.
I guess. Sounds like you enjoy being a coroner then.
Absolutely. Usually I'm just a medical practitioner, so I almost never get to deal with anything as unique, or as quiet, as a corpse. The most interesting thing I saw prior to this was the back of Mr. Woolrich's throat after he blew out his vocal cords shouting at an attendant. If I weren't here, I'd be back in my quarters, rewatching Byzantium in the spring, or working on my automatic sprat peeler.
I'm sorry, you're what? Speaking of inventions, I'm curious about the discrepancy amplifier.
Oh, good. One of my favorite subjects. Ask away, my dear. Ask away.
The amplifier seems pretty powerful. Why are you trusting me with it?
Because you're the inspector. I should think that's rather obvious.
I like the way you think, Doc. I can do what I want, 'cause I'm the inspector.
Oh dear. You seem to be hearing what you want to hear rather than the words coming out of my mouth. Allow me to clarify? I invented the discrepancy amplifier to assist me in my own medical work. When you were hired to investigate Helen's death, I realized I had my own part to play. I programmed the amplifier to assist you. I'm entrusting it to your care Because I want to see my invention help a brilliant inspector solve the murder of the century.
And you want to be known as the inventor who helped solve Helen's murder.
You don't miss a thing, do you, Inspector? I can see why the constable recommended hiring you. Think of the amplifier as my gift to you. May it avail you in the swift and efficient prosecution of justice.
What happens if I break it or lose it or something?
I still have the blueprint and several extra prototypes floating around, but I might recommend you try to be careful with it. Some of the amplifier's internal components are rare, shall we say, and I don't have an indefinite supply.
What made you invent the amplifier?
I didn't expect an existentialist question so early today. It's a need. Just as sprats feel they must breed, or canids feel they must brutally maul each other, I feel the need to create.
The amplifier's design is oddly bulky in places, like it's protecting something within.
You're smarter than I look. Guess there's no shame in telling you exactly what it is you're using, seeing how you're so curious. As it so happened, my husband was mortally wounded in a marauder raid about a year ago. Wasn't going to live more than a few hours. I happened to have an excess of preservative fluids, a scanning device in need of a central processor, and a sudden burst of inspiration. A tragedy doesn't mean you can't be proactive.
I'm sorry, you put his brain in it? Are you insane?
Hey now, some people are more sentimental than others, right? It'd be a waste not to make use of everything I can. Besides, my husband was the prior constable. He would have wanted his brain used for the pursuit of justice.
If you say so.
You sure you don't want to know anything else? Oh, all right. We can change the subject.
Actually, that's all, for now, thanks. K. Yeah. Oh, you took her bits then. She had 25 bits on her. And yeah, I did notice the replacements here. Okay, let's get back to our room then. And talk to Ludovico.
What floor would you like to visit?
Penthouse, please.
Next up, the finest seat in the house.
Hey, Cap. Looks like they finally sent someone to clean up Helen's mess. At least I hope that's what he's here for.
Okay. Hello?
Oh, sweet gibbering law! Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like.
Ha ha. Pretty sure it looks like Rizzo's mascot is in my room, going through my things.
Looks can be deceiving, friend. For example, what looks like misappropriation may, in fact, be a misunderstanding. I seem to have wandered into the wrong premises. I have mistaken this penthouse for the Rizzo's Rangers locker room on account of my headgear cutting off my peripheral vision.
I just got back from defending myself against a swarm of angry waspitos. Look at my face. Do I look like I'm in the mood for your nonsense?
Not even a little. I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message, something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
What's the hurry? We've got time. Tell me everything.
It's extremely difficult for me to tell you no. In fact, I'm experiencing enormous mental anguish right now.
You should be.
Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Tell me what you know, or they'll have to rinse your remains out of that mascot outfit.
What? But I can't? Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I can't. Not here. I'm sorry. The Pilot House complex. Meet me there, and I'll tell you everything, I swear.
Really? Oi. Come back. Oi.
The Pilot House complex. Meet me there, and I'll tell you...
Could none of you have stopped him? Bloody hell. So Bertie left a note. In here. Is this it?
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. That didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
Okay, so things went too far. Hey.
There is such a thing as too clean. We ought to break open a few bottles and have some fun. Make a mess. Live a little.
Feel free. Well, maybe not you. What are you drinking? Spectrum Red. I need that for my Gatling gun. Can I have it? You really shouldn't be drinking vodka. Found anything, Sam?
When it comes to on-the-go cleanliness, Sam Unit murder the competition.
Hell yeah.
Everything's so soft and silky and expensive. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get any grease stains on the furniture.
Feel free to get grease stains wherever you like. Alright, what have you put up now? Who's that? Is that Blossom? I'm not sure. Is that Bertie? I don't actually know what Bertie looks like. Okay, that's Blossom there, isn't it? Who's that then? I don't actually know who that is. Something is rotten on Eridanos. With every step of your investigation, you come closer to the truth. Black Hole Bertie Holcomb, the Hole Meister, the hack attack. Bertie was dating Helen at the time of her death. Could the hot-headed hacker be a cold-blooded killer? He could be. I can't help but feel like it would be too obvious though. A ruined picnic at the Purpleberry Orchards. A tossball stick snapped in half. Were they arguing? Did Bertie lose control of his temper? Oh, is that the prophet? Prophet of profitability. Jasmine Lever, the prophet of profitability. Her seminars on wealth, prosperity, and the alignment of one's humors attract wealthy Byzantines to Eridanos. Does the heart of a vicious killer lurk beneath her spiritual veneer? What prevents you from unlocking your true potential? Natural talent? Mental faculties? Crippling anxiety? No, says Jasmine Lever. Your humors must be realigned with the profitable currents of the universe. It's difficult to imagine why Helen might have held the prophet in contempt. After Helen's murder, authorities placed a lockdown on all incoming and departing spacecraft. You are, as far as you know, the only exception. The Rizzo's RR&D lab, formerly operated by Dr. Leora Blossom. Helen's trail led you to the RR&D lab, but when you arrived, something had driven its lab technicians to a violent frenzy. The purpleberry orchards are responsible for growing and cultivating the Rizzo's proprietary purpleberry, an essential ingredient in the majority of Rizzo's confections and beverages. Rizzo's workers seem uncomfortably happy. All the time. Loose ends, critical clues, or red saltuna. This is an exact replica of the needler, Helen's signature weapon. You discovered traces of chemicals in Helen's upturned luggage. Someone removed the needler from her belongings. The mascot for the Rizzo's Rangers tossball team. He was in your room, searching through Helen's belongings. Did Black Hole Bertie really send him? Why was he so terrified? There's a killer loose on Eridanos. Ruth Bellamy, universally known by her role as Halcyon Helen, Princess of Periodicals and Duchess of Dramaturgy. Helen was killed in the Grand Colonial Hotel ballroom. Dr. Leora Blossom, head of research at the RR&D labs, located in the Purpleberry Orchards. Dr. Blossom's lab was under attack by her own technicians. During the chaos, an unknown assailant murdered her. You listened to her final moments over an intercom.
This room ain't so bad. I could get used to this.
Yeah. I guess I'll give him a call then.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization.
Yep.
Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
Felt like I killed quite a lot, but glad to help, I guess. Of course, losing me would have been worse.
Yes, for both of us. I don't want an unsolved murder staining the legacy of this institution. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
The plot thickens, Administrator.
You have my attention.
Someone stole data from one of your terminals in research and development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the wasp-keto attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
I feel like I'm telling him too much at the moment. I'll tell him this at least. She was in trouble when I found her. The other workers had turned violent.
Her commitment to her NDA was admirable. I'll make sure to accelerate the payout of her death benefits to her next of kin.
All right. All I know is she recognized the killer.
Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Helen insisted on touring the Rizzo's R&D lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
Maybe her body double needed to know the layout of the place after Helen was killed. I don't know. Anything's possible. What were you going to show her during the tour?
Little of consequence. We'd tour the grounds, pause at some locations appropriate for a portrait, let her shake hands with our scientists. Public relations.
All I know is that she was there before she died.
You haven't provided me with much information, but I understand that you're avoiding conjecture. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
It's more that I don't know how much I can trust you yet. I'll let you know if I learn anything else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Oh, okay. Oof, should I mention this? Yeah. There was a mascot in my room. Do you know anything about that?
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand. Is this the lead-up to a joke?
Is there something about my tone that suggests I'm joking?
My apologies. I can tell you're not, as they say in Terra 2, twisting my limb. I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service, I think.
You've got a serious security problem in this hotel.
Cedric has a security problem in this hotel. But your point is well taken. In any case, let me apologize for this unfortunate business. I'm sure this mascot meant no harm.
I'll take your word for it.
Was there anything else?
That was all. Thanks, Lou. Well, okay then. Gotta go see the coroner.
What floor would you like to visit?
The lobby, please.
To the lobby we go!
Definitely want Ellie with me. And I have a feeling we're going to the wildlife place pretty soon, so I think I'll take Nyoka as well. This way. Could it not have just dropped me off at that floor? Whatever. Hello again.
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
Cool. Let's hear it.
Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure.
I see. I should probably speak with Spencer then.
Conversations with Mr. Woolrich tend to spontaneously transform into monologues. You'll find him on the VIP guest floor. I'd best return to work, Inspector. Autopsies always whet my appetite, and all this talk of food is distracting me.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm not allowed on the VIP guest floor though. I guess we can see if the elevator woman will let me up there this time. Also, where's Norville? I didn't actually speak to you about how you lied to me.
You've returned. Hope you're finding the hotel to your liking. Now, what can I lend a hand with?
From what I've heard, your affection for Helen was somewhat extreme.
I suppose you could call it that, but that don't mean I poked around her room or nothing while she was out. That'd be a huge breach of hotel policy. Besides, knowing Helen's athletic acumen, anyone who tried probably would have been found, beaten senseless, then hurled into the hallway followed by the contents of a garbage bin. Probably, that is, it'd probably happen, but it didn't. I'm just theorizing.
Okay. So I need to speak with Spencer and I have no idea how to get— oh, sorry, elevator woman. Short memory.
What floor would you like to visit?
Well, I'd like to get to the VIP guest floor. Can I?
Oh, so sorry, but you're not actually authorized to visit that floor. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
That's very annoying. So next, I suppose we can go meet with the mascot. He refused to speak more about it inside the hotel, insisting you meet him at the weather monitoring station on the Phaeton Pilot House. So where was the missing slug agent? Wilderness checkpoint. That's there. And I also need to go there for the profit. And the mascot is over there. Yeah, think I'm gonna go and speak with him first. And, yeah, I'll stick with you too.
The brochure never mentioned anything about waspito attacks. What other dangers are they hiding from us?
Plenty, I'm sure. Actually, before we go anywhere, I wanna go and swap some of my weapons around. From the ship.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Oh, it's been very interesting, that's for sure.
Can't you see my face? There are genuine tears on it right now. Genuine. I've been here so long, it is affecting my psyche. I just want to leave.
I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. If you go up to your room, you'll be able to request a visit from a counseling mechanical.
Counseling mechanical, that's quite nice. We won't be long. I just want to get my pistol. And put some things I don't need right now in storage as well. Oh hey. You doing okay? That's great. Wait, what? Did I not have a pistol in here? I could have sworn I had an upgraded one in here. Did I get rid of it by mistake? Or am I just completely imagining that I had one? Don't suppose Ada has anything to talk about. Does she?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
I guess you can't.
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Sure thing.
That I'm not having any effect on you, I'll cease my inquiries about leaving the hotel.
About time.
Now, since I've given up on that, I'll have to find some new way to keep myself entertained. Have 20 bottles of purpleberry wine sent up to my room. I plan to wreck the place.
I will inform maintenance to get their worldly affairs in order, sir.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Absolutely. I think it's this way.
Please!
What's going on?
Thank the Lord, that feels fine.
Oh no. They're bloody spreading. How annoying. Spectrum Vodka Red. Need that one. Who's this? Hello.
Move along.
Rude.
Can't imagine where you misplaced your old pair.
Let's look around here then. What the hell? What are you shooting at?
Ready for more.
Stop. You want me to stop?
Come take a look.
Yeah, in a sec. Very nice. Hi.
Hey, you look like you need some stuff. Fancy watch? Spare cufflink? Single earring? You want it, I've got it.
What is all this junk?
Junk? My friend, this is not junk. These are people's prized possessions. Priceless personal effects, beloved souvenirs and knickknacks.
Yeah, those are just longer words for junk.
Nice try, but you can't haggle me down. These are premium goods.
Premium junk. So how did you come by them?
Huh? Oh, well, some of the guests left this stuff behind.
You mean you stole it?
I would certainly not admit to that, even if it were true. Take a look for yourself.
And, are you doing okay?
Me? Oh, sure. Terrific. Never better. And as soon as I pay off my docking fines, I'll be back on my feet and in my ship.
Docking fines?
So it turns out Slug has some pretty strict rules on vehicle docking, and I may have broken a few of them. Who'd think Slug would be so strict?
I mean, everyone. What are the docking rules?
Let's see. There's docking without prior authorization, double docking, docking into adjacent vessels, docking while under the influence of alcohol, docking while under the influence of caffeinoids, and loitering.
Sounds like a Tuesday to me.
Well, I'm sure they'll go easier on the inspector than on little old me. But say, maybe you could help a stranger out? Buy some of my goods?
Maybe. What do you have? I don't think I want any of this stuff, I'm afraid. You can buy my junk, though. Sorry.
I say, this pocket watch has someone's initials inscribed on it.
Must be an antique.
But aren't those your initials?
Ha! What a coincidence.
Wow, what a coincidence. Moron.
On the outer worlds of the outer worlds, there's a place that's full of cheer. You'll see happy wings, thanks to Rizzo's drinks. There is nothing here to